one thing that I really like too is that how it absorbed the powder part. It gave the mochi an actual good like Kinako taste. This is definitely going very high up on my list for the best candy kits I've ever had, and especially for one of these simple ones too. Hey everybody, Kaiden here, and today I have a chocolate and Kinako Mochi DIY candy kit. And I am really excited to try this because Kinako and Mochi are two of my best favorite things in the world. And now Kinako is a soybean powder and it tastes delicious. It's very sweet and it goes well with mochi. And if you don't know what mochi is a Japanese dessert that I and many other people really love. It's a very sticky and gooey sort of rice cake that is made of glutinous rice that is pounded together. And so we have here this DIY candy kit, and today I'll be trying it to see if it matches up to the real thing. So let's go ahead and open this up. Alright everybody, so here's the package, and from the looks of the package, it's showing us a bunch of different pictures of the mochi. And we also have this cute illustration of this pink bunny pounding some mochi there. And on the back side, we have the instructions, which are all in Japanese, but good thing for me, I can take a look at the pictures pretty well and have a general understanding of what it's trying to say. And we of course have here the same little bunnies that show up again. And so, let's go ahead and open this up. Alright, let's get all of our stuff out. And whoa, alright. So this looks a little bit odd here. So we have, of course, our beloved Kinako powder, the soybean powder. And then we also have our chocolate sauce. Very cool. And then it looks like some of these little mochi went in the other tray. And we also have a little tiny fork here. So taking a look at these little mochi things here now, in the instructions it shows like an illustration of putting some water on this. So I'm guessing it will hydrate this little wafer here, which it's very hard and it doesn't really smell like anything. And this is definitely not what mochi is supposed to look like or feel like in real life. Of course, the mochi is more sticky and gooey and chewy. Well, this is just kind of like a hard little wafer. So I guess we'll go ahead and put in, of course, our soybean powder here and our chocolates. So we'll go ahead and do that. See, I'm just gonna bring the chocolate a little bit down like that. And this is a very cool idea. I've never seen anything like this, like a little mochi making kit. So let's go ahead and put in our chocolates. It smells very nice. It smells like a good chocolate. It doesn't smell too artificial, which is very surprising, especially since this is a little DIY kit. It smells a lot like chocolates, like a good chocolate. Now it's time to put in our Kinako powder, which we have here. It looks like this is going to be a little bit powdery, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this open as well. Man, they gave us a lot of this powder, considering how tiny this little border is. And man, this smells exactly like the Kinako powder. It smells really nice. And there we go. They give us a generous amount, which I really like to see. And there's our powder, all done. Now, before we go on, we're definitely not going to want to pick this up and put it in the chocolate because it looks like there's one more step here. It looks like we need to go ahead and put some water on this. Alright guys, now we're going to go ahead and pour our water onto this mochi here. Ooh, that really absorbed pretty quick there. Just put this for every single one. And judging by the look of it, it looks like it's getting a little bit more squishy, which is really cool. But yeah, it looks really, really good. It looks a little bit wet, but it's definitely really squishy, just like mochi. So let's go ahead and start making some of our little mochis here. So it looks like we're just gonna wanna grab one little mochi like this. All right, looks like we dip this in the chocolates and oh, that does not stick very well. Yeah, it just kind of gives it a little coating. I guess we can try to get the chocolate up like that. Right, just enough to get a layer of the Kinako powder on. There we go. And we'll go ahead and face plant it right into the Kinako powder. And there we go, we have a chocolate and Kinako mochi ready. And I'm gonna go ahead and start making more of these and present them on our plate. Alright everybody, so I have finished making all of our mochis here. Now, I made a few different variants of mochis that I'm going to try, and I think this is just amazing that we started out from like a hard little tablet, added just a little bit of water, and besides from like how wet it feels, it actually feels pretty similar to the actual feeling of mochi. So as you can see here, this is our normal one now. From feeling it and the consistency, it's very, very similar to what you find in real life. The only thing though is that when we add when we add water to it, it just gets a little bit, I'm not sure how to put it this way, a little bit more slimier. Well, in real life, it's very squishy and very chewy, but it doesn't have that wetness to the mochi. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this plain mochi here with nothing else on it. Oh, it's a little sticky there. There we go. I think once we let it dry out, it becomes very sticky. Alright, so here's our plain mochi. Now as you can see, this one has pretty much nothing on it. It's just the plain little mochi, and it's very cool that you can just take the little tablet and it feels exactly like the stickiness of it. So I'm really excited to try this because, I don't know, it just seems really cool to me. I've never seen something like this. So go ahead and give the plain one a try. Okay, so first of all, it doesn't taste like anything, and second of all, it's very hard to chew through. Yeah, it's very hard to chew through, very sticky. And one thing that actually tasted like real rice at the end of it. Actually tastes like a little rice ball, so that's very nice, and I give that a thumbs up for just the plain version. So now let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and try just our chocolate. So here's our chocolate one. I'm gonna pick this lucky little mochi here. All right, so here's our chocolate here. This just has chocolate on it. Let's give it a try. That's really good. All right, so the chocolate on there is really good. The only thing that I will say though is that the chocolate doesn't really stick to it, and the chocolate is almost tastes like a real like cocoa butter sort of chocolate. Tastes really nice that it came from like a little tube, but that just tastes amazing, and the texture on it is really good as well. Tastes very, very nice. Although it didn't really give any flavoring to the mochi itself, but otherwise I give the chocolate one a thumbs up. Alright, so now I'm just going to go on to, I think the most attractive part here is the Kinako powder. So this is the soybean powder. I'm going to choose this one. And one thing that I saw while I was making this was that it changed the color of the mochi, and I'm thinking that it absorbed the Kinako powder. So this one should be infused with the powder. So let's go ahead and see how this tastes. Oh. Man, that tastes wonderful. Alright, so the Kinako powder tastes exactly like the real Kinako powder. I'm pretty sure they used the real one, but I'm glad that they used that in this little set here. It tastes amazing. Now, if you've never had it before, kind of think like peanut butter, but in like a powder form. Kind of tastes a little bit more on the bitter side like that, but it's really good. It goes along with it very nicely. And one thing that I really like too is that how it absorbed the powder part. It gave the mochi an actual good like Kinako taste. And I think after these been dried out a little bit, it actually does feel like an actual consistency of the mochi very well. So that's really, really nice. And now I think I'm gonna go on and try the chocolate and the Kinako powder. And so this is what they want us to do, is to add both of them on there and see how it tastes. Now both of them have tasted really good on their own, so I'm really excited to try this one together. Uh-oh. Might have to try another one. This is gonna... Whew, never mind. Alright, so let's go ahead and try this one. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. That's really good. Man, the two combination of the flavors, it's amazing. It tastes really, really nice. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and have another one. That was really good. And I'll try to explain it a little bit more. Okay, so in my mouth, you can kind of taste the sort of peanut butter-like Kinako powder, along with the real cocoa. Yeah, and then the stickiness of the rice, of the rice cake. Very nice. It goes together very well. And man, I'm absolutely blown away by this little kit here. Now, it started off as like a little sort of wafer, and you add water to it. It becomes like exactly like the actual consistency once you leave it out for a little bit. And man, I'd give this thing a big thumbs up. This is really, really amazing. And only if I knew about this kit earlier, because this is definitely going very high up on my list for the best candy kits I've ever had. And especially for one of these simple ones too, where you have the chocolate and the Kinako and you make your own, have lots of fun doing it, which I definitely did have fun doing it and eating. It tastes amazing. I definitely give this a try again. And for you watching too, if you ever see this in your local Asian markets or online, you should definitely get it. It's amazing, and I bet you'll have fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Hope you guys give me a like and subscribe. And thank you all for watching, guys. Bye!